What up? What up? Geektastic Hype in the house. Your boy Merc with Jaws D. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. And about you?
Not bad. Another week, another dollar, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
another week closer to my honeymoon, which is close to the
Yeah.
vacation. Sweet, glorious vacation. Sorry, that is a little aftermath from work today, but that's all right. We're not going to bother our viewers with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's becoming a trend, and I'm not liking this trend. But unfortunately, this is too much of an important one that we lost this week. But we have again some sad news this week. Clarence Avant, I hope I said that last name properly. The godfather of black entertainment passes away at 92. If you haven't seen the documentary, I think it's just called Black Godfather
Yep.
on Netflix. That is a amazing documentary about this man. This man has done. He's what created the concept of what is the shit. If what I've understood from the stories I have heard, just the stories, and like those stories, if anything, are potentially watered down, or there's you can't go through every story. And in that documentary that's about Clarence, he does some pretty dope shit. I mean, he essentially he goes from casino apprentice type thing to a management actor to
Music. There's music stuff in there too.
yeah, but then he shifts into basically, lack of a better term, the man.
Yeah.
Like he
Like.
has the solution specialist, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's definitely a kind of guy that's like, once you're starting out and you're having a little bit of trouble, like he's the guy you kind of go to, and he kind of breaks down what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Um, like I wouldn't say maybe a fixer, but not really a fixer, not a fixer in that way. Like it's like way more high level. He's in there with
Mm-hmm.
executives and stuff and
Yeah.
hashing things out. Like wasn't there something with Michael Jackson, I think, in E.T.?
Yeah,
Wasn't
so
that the big one?
if I'm not, yeah, the biggest one, or one of the bigger ones that he got was, or not, feathers in the hat, so to speak, is that Michael Jackson wanted to be in the E.T. Movie, in the sense of like his music.
Mm.
So you had whoever was representative of ET. Let's just say Warner. Oh, sorry, do you know who made ET by? Let's say it's Warner Brothers. Let's say it was that.
Spielberg.
Yeah,
Spielberg.
but like,
Amblin
what was the company?
production company.
Yeah.
Amblin, if I remember right. I
So
don't
I
know
believe.
if it was the other bigger ones, but I know Amblin is
Okay.
Spielberg's company.
Well, I know that it was the company that represented, like, that was producing the ET movie. You had, because it was like the equivalent of saying you had Warner Brothers who wanted Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson was signed underneath
Sony.
Fox or Sony. Yeah.
So
So you
no,
got
no, no, it wasn't Sony yet. It was CBS. Back in
CBS. You're
those days, it
right.
was CBS. Yeah.
You're right. So it's whoever, again, I'm making it up, it's Warner or whatever it is. You had their people, you had CBS's people, you had then Michael's people,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had this guy who, especially, like, I'm not trying to say, like, he had hurdles to, he's the guy who paved the path for a lot of, like, oh, let's open up our minds to, like, this small way of thinking. But, like, he's the type of guy that walked in and was like, especially for his time, it's like he got more attention because a lot of people weren't used to the concept of someone being, and I don't hate to say it, but someone of color to come in and tell them what to do, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was the time of, like, snotty white people. So it is what it is. Like, I get to say it. I get shit on it. That's why
But
you guys have me here.
I
But the
think
shitty.
I think what's pretty cool is that like he came in and he told them this is what you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna do, and this is what you're gonna do, and everyone's like, ah! And they're like, wait a minute, on money guys, calculate that, and they're like, I think it checks out, and it's like what?
Yeah, well, that's it, because I remember, especially, I can't say the word specifically, in the documentary, someone made the comment of literally a guy saying, "He's like, I didn't understand who this guy was, and I leaned in, or
Mm.
someone leaned into the person. They said, 'Who is this person?' They're like, 'Oh, it's Clarence.' Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's who
it's
it is. Yeah, yeah,
Clarence. It's like not even like last name, nothing. Just like, oh, so nonchalantly, he has so much clout in this room. It's just Clarence. What is he here for?
yeah. Mm.
To solve the problem." That's literally what they said. Like you said, he's not the actual physical fixer, but he's the brains behind the fixing mechanism, so
Mm-hmm.
to speak, right? And he had so many interesting ideas. I could go on about it. I don't know if there's any specific ones you can, but I was
I
really blown
think
away.
I know for that ET thing, I think the compromise was that Michael Jackson ended up doing the um what was it? Like, when they do movies and stuff, they have like a quote unquote blind version where someone's describing what's going on in the movie for you. So
Hmm.
he was the one doing that, and I think they won an Oscar, or they won a Grammy or something like that for that.
Oh, really? I did
Yeah,
not know
I
that.
remember I was like really young, and they mentioned it like either they were giving something to Michael Jackson back in the day, or they were
Mhm.
giving something to Spielberg, or they were just honoring something that was like, and then like, oh yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know Michael Jackson did the audio part
Mhm.
for ET. That's okay.
Mm, it's a bit of a head nod,
Mm.
but it still is. But again, rest in power, good sir. Condolences to him and his family. Hopefully, they're doing well. Next is unfortunately, there's more than one though to report. Is it
Magoo.
Mangu? Magoo?
Magoo.
Like
Like
Mr.
Mr.
Like
Magoo.
okay, cool. I wasn't sure. So Magoo, the rapper who collaborated with Timberland and Missy Elliott, died at 50, which is a bit sudden. I don't know much about this. I don't know if there's specific things to this. Are you aware of details?
I'm not aware of the details of his death, but when Timbaland and Missy were starting out in the '90s, when Timbaland was like rapping on his own, it was always Timbaland and Magoo. So if you look up a lot of songs back in the day, there's "Drop" with Fat Man Scoop. There's "Up Jumps the Boogie." I think Aaliyah does the hook on that particular song. Um, just a lot. I think there's like 3 albums of them. I think one of the last songs they did together was "Cop That Disc" or "Cop That Shit," however well you wanna whichever version you wanna call it, and that was
Mhm.
Timbaland, Magoo, and Missy Elliott, and they were like paying homage to um, rappers in the '90s, like earlier '90s. So I think that was pretty cool. It's really sad because like 50 is not old. 50 is extremely young, and I think the last
Yeah.
I heard about Magoo, Timbaland said that I think he went into real estate and he stopped rapping. So he's just like, yeah, he's not into rapping anymore, and he's just focusing on that. And he said that him and Magoo are on good terms and everything, but
Mhm.
he had a very distinct voice of it was very more like it was like more nasally,
Mhm.
and he would quote a lot. He would quote like movies and TV shows. Like in Drop, he says, come get your freak on at Club Beacon,"
Mhm.
and that's a line from Martin, if I remember right. They were
Mhm.
like thinking um, of a club to go to, and that was like the club's tagline or the ad for the club or something like that. So he's going to be greatly missed. Very one of the OGs of late '90s, early 2000s hip hop. Very distinct voice, very distinct way of rapping. I know Missy Elliott also. Timbaland gave his tribute to him. Missy Elliott gave his tribute to him, and mentioned that he was the guy that gave her her misdemeanor
Mhm.
nickname.
Oh.
So yeah, so it's very very sad day in hip hop, especially when hip hop is celebrating its 50th too.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't realize that's a little. That's a little eerie Indiana like with this. Um, and last one to report: Johnny Hardwick of King of the Hill, who does the voice of Dale Gribble, unfortunately passed away, I believe, of relatively natural causes at the age of 64. Um, won't lie, I wasn't a fan of that show, but I was
Oh.
actually a fan of that character. You know what I mean? Like he's got a lot of memeable or short things that he's done
Mhm.
that I'm like, you're dumb, but you're funny.
But yeah, Dale Gribble was a really cool character. He was always a guy like he's definitely a survivalist, a conspiracy nut. But he was always prepared for everything. Someone comes at him weird, he's got a fistful of pocket sand for their face, for their eyes, pocket sand. uh, a southern ninja, I would give him.
A Southern ninja. I would say white trash ninja. That's how I would describe him a little bit. Oh
But
man.
I think the sad part too is that I think they were looking to do I think they are working on a revival of
No
King
way.
of the Hill. So I think the whole premise is supposed to be um what's Hank up to now, especially everything
Mm.
that's going on in the world today. And it's a little bit sad to see one of the uh a guy that actually like the character that had a lot of heart. And I'm pretty sure the guy, the actor, Johnny Hardwick, like it was probably pretty funny behind the scenes and a character and everything. And it's kind of sad to hear that Dale Gribble is gone. I know a lot of people have put up a lot of really good uh, um, images of basically like most of the like a lot of the actors that played certain characters in King of the Hill have passed away as well. And there's one where it's like Dale Gribble's going to is in heaven and he's looking around, he's like, wait a minute, where's Cotton? And then they show Cotton in hell, but he's like his face is on the body of the Doom guy, and he's like, I'm battling demons. I'm battling demons.
That's funny. But no, I mean, it's I don't necessarily want to say odd, but it's like three in their own way, in certain ways, legends, all like within the same week. It's like it's a little weird. Not liking our age bracket thing that's happening here.
They always say people kind of go in threes. That's always the showbiz, like mumbo jumbo, kind of like, ooh, they go in threes kind of thing. So it just so happened that since we've been gone, these are the three that we've lumped together basically.
But again, rest in peace to him as well. Condolences to all the family members of all three. It's a shame. Hopefully you all get through it well. So do a twist. But ironically, still kind of on the topic. New trailer for TMNT Last Ronin video game.
Yeah.
How happy am I? Very. Because even though I've not technically finished reading them yet, that story is a dope-ass story. I don't know. I would hope that it would be more like not a build-up. Like I'm assuming it's going to be like, already when the event has happened. The events, I should say. But no, I was actually talking to a friend like a few weeks ago. I'm like, out of all the games that they haven't made, or like they sometimes take a game or a story or whatever, make it into a game. I was like, this would be really cool because it's the one time where you could play one Ninja Turtle, all the weapons, so quote unquote all the powers, and it makes complete sense,
Right?
Because like the only things that I find, I don't know if you played the most recent Shredder's Revenge Ninja Turtle video game, but those games are awesome. The only thing is like, it's always better to play them when you're with multiple people because, and so it gets to a certain degree repetitive with like, the movesets or whatever. So like, I don't know, man, I'm really excited for that. That is something that for me, that's going to be insta-buy no matter how bad the reviews are.
I'm hoping the best of luck for the development team. For the trailer, the teaser trailer. It's just basically saying the game's in development. I thought it was pretty cool is that in the beginning you saw 4 candles that were lit, and then as it goes, they each get snuffed out. And then there's only like 1 left. So I'm assuming like the background that they're showing the candles in has something to do with what's going on with each turtle and how they kind of leave. I hope it's going to be a good game. I know the production team or the development team, I think they don't have a lot underneath their belt. It's a lot of remakes that they've done. So, fingers crossed that they have a good, interesting way, and the gameplay is really good, and they got everything down locked tight. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the best of luck.
What type of gameplay are you hoping for this?
I'm not expecting anything as grandiose as Ghost of Tsushima, but maybe something along those lines. Not necessarily like a Souls game, but just something that's like maybe something in between, like an action, like beat 'em up, kind of like what was it called again? Devil May Cry, but not as hardcore. Just kind of pull it back a bit. Maybe like between that and Sekiro, like right smack dab. Like that, Sekiro and Ghost of Tsushima, like right dab in the middle. Like it doesn't have to be this big grandiose thing, but as long as like you can do some ninja stuff and sneak and stealth, and then have some good battles, like if you're going head on into it, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, for me, I was thinking, like, I was agreeing with Ghost of Tsushima, like Ghost of Tsushima, Batman, the Arkham style type
Mm.
games, but like I wouldn't want it to be too much like the Arkham style games in the sense that like I think they could take things from that and make it like good for the stealth aspect, but at the same time, like they're Ninja Turtles, right? They always fight multiple people at one time. So.
Yeah.
Is it going to be all the Ninja Turtles? Cause
No, I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no, no, no. We're saying that in Ninja Turtle lore, right? It's never, regardless if they're fighting as a team or as one, it's always like a multitude of men, right? It like they have their ninja aspect, but then there's also like you have to get the right balance between this is gonna be a stealth game, but at the same time pure combat.
I feel like this game's only going to work if it's exactly like, as you mentioned, Ghost of Tsushima or like God of War. But otherwise, I don't want to see it. I'm probably the only person that doesn't want this game.
Why?
We know what happened. I don't need to see this play this game.
Oh,
I don't
it.
I feel like the game's happening after the other turtles are gone. Like
Yeah,
and
if
just
it
that one guy.
happens during like the comic book run of it's like Michelangelo fight, it's like okay, yeah, cool, but I would have liked to see like the training build up to him being the last Ronin, him getting over the depression, all that craziness. My brothers are dead, la 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 la, mastering their weapons, so on. But to literally run through the comic again, it's like, come on. Unless we're doing flashbacks. If we're doing flashbacks that show like Leo and Casey, you know, burning down in that building, or Raph getting super acupunctured, or Donatello and Splinter falling, because that was brutal when they got betrayed. That was craziness. But yeah, hope you guys read that comic. It was nuts.
I need to get it.
Yeah.
I know. I remember it was either Amazon had a sale during Christmas last year, and it was like really cheap, but it just sold out like real quick.
It's funny because like I had a friend. Shouts to you, Sean. My friend Sean used to like knew I was obsessed with turtles and used to just blatantly lie to me as a kid, being like, "Yeah, there's gonna be like a fourth Ninja Turtles movie. All the turtles are gonna die. All sorts of things." Like we're on the playground, right? So we're on the playground. I think I had just moved to the West Island, so if it's on this side of Cortland Park, I'm in grade 2. Sean's in grade 3, and he's all like, "Yeah, man, next movie, turtles gonna die. All sorts of crazy. Raphael's gonna get messed up, and leave, and then Michelangelo's gonna be the last one." And this was like 93.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to you, Sean, because Eastman owes you money, I think. And I do believe I have Ninja Turtles, Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 17, which, fun fact, is the actual first appearance of the last Ronin. It's Michelangelo writing a story of himself as a samurai in feudal Japan, where he's wielding like samurai swords and all the weapons, and he's like cutting arms off and doing craziness. And yeah, it's essentially like the last Ronin. It's very cool. Very, very, very cool. Yeah.
All right, and then we also have Scott Pilgrim on a Netflix new animated series, which apparently they're getting the original the original actors from the movie to come do the voice acting, which sounds dope, but probably really expensive for Netflix.
I don't know. I know the way voice acting is now, it's way more convenient. So it's either you drop into a studio and you bang out your lines, or you have your home studio kind of set up and you just say your lines. It's not the same where back in the day you would actually have all the actors in the booth together and they all play off each other, just like how they would all play off each other on a movie set. So maybe it's a little bit easier. And also I'm pretty sure they're kind of following the comic book or the comic book manga all the way through. So I mean, and then they've already acted all this stuff out before, so it's all that stuff is kind of worked out for them, basically.
We'll see how it is. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but I won't lie. I think I enjoyed the video game more than the movie.
I think for me, I enjoyed all three. I enjoyed the game, I enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed the comic, the manga, however you want to call it.
Yeah. Then Vacation Friends 2. I didn't get a chance to see the trailer. Did anyone get to see it?
Yeah,
I
got to see it.
So what's happening? How is that what's the debaucheryness?
So basically, the premise is Lil Rel and his wife. They're going on a vacation. Lil Rel doesn't seem to be. He's not wild Lil Rel. He's like, mild mannered, just trying to keep the stuff together and like, okay, I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna have an actual relaxing vacation time. And then he invites his friends, and the two friends are like the wild white people. So they're in the airport, they're waiting to go to their gate, and then an announcement comes on the PA saying, like, telling them, that couple, the black couple, basically that they have not registered they have not told the airline that they're supposed to be, that they're registered sex offenders, and it's straight up their two friends just fucking around with the PA system. So they're mad wild, and you know, they're like, oh, I had to, and so like, I think he's going on a trip for work, like some kind of vacation for work or something like that, with like some business partner, but like he has to invite them just because some weird reason, you know, shenanigan. And it turns out they actually have a kid.
Oh, what?
Like, this white couple has a kid, so someone comes on and is like, your kid was crawling all over our table, and they're like, our kid's crawling now, oh my god, good for you. And they're just like, oh my god, what's up with these people?
Yo,
Horrible.
Ronnie Chang's in it. He's like the main business partner that he has to meet with, and that Lil Rel has to meet with and impress. One of the other couple is John Cena, and with just crazy hair. Like, like normally John Cena has his hair kind of, you know, done well and everything, but his time is just kind of messed, so you can kind of see like, oh, this guy's a little bit off. But then what ends up happening is, I think John Cena's wife's dad comes and gives them like a package that's just full of white powder, and you're like, oh my god. And he's like, oh, and it's like, what is this? What we think it is? And it's like, why is it not taste like cocaine? And it's like, no, because that's your mom. So he brought the ashes of his wife to be spread on this like trip that he somehow found his daughter on. So yeah, it's just crazy stuff on crazy stuff on crazy stuff. And that's basically the movie. Just hijink vacation movie, basically.
Jesus.
I didn't even know about the first one, so I just saw this.
When did the first one happen?
I saw the first one. The first one was actually kind of good.
John Cena makes things kind of good when they look kind of trash. So hey,
well,
Blockers is great because of him. So
because he, you know what it is that he's genuinely a funny guy, and like him and the what's the other main actor's name?
Lil Rel.
Yeah, Lil Rel. Sorry, I find that they have a very good chemistry. Like
Kevin Hart, Rock, or better. Actually, that's not even really chemistry. That's
I mean, like, yeah, exactly. Like, I was gonna say that.
That's the best.
No, but they have a good, like, in regards to comedy, buddy cop type feel. You know, like you have like they're the original Odd Couple, but at the same time, like, you know, they're like, I want to be able to like you, like, you know, into a certain way, you compliment me enough that you have to be around, you know,
right,
type thing. So, and it's also like the first movie was very stereotypical, like, yo, we're getting married, we're having to, like, you know, we're moving on up, and we're gonna have to be more mature and all this type of stuff. That's like what the Lil Rel and his wife are going through in the first one, more or less. Like, they're like, you know, because they got married, they're like, you know, they're mature, and then they meet this other couple, being the John Cena and the girl and her, and they're just like wild, and like it's like learn how to like be free type thing, while at the same time you have to like come down to earth, you type
yeah, I get it,
movie. But it works. Usually I'd be like, this is lame, but it works because the comedy is just so out there, and what happens with them is so, it's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild.
I'm down. I will watch it. I will watch that. Probably before the second one, maybe. Yeah. What happened to Lil Rel? I saw him in, what was that movie? The Outlaws or In-Laws, but Outlaws with Pierce Brosnan and basically Workaholics.
Oh yeah, the dude. I haven't heard that. You seen it?
Saw it last night. Danny pick. But like this is not the pick of my pick of the week. But I saw that movie just like in passing yesterday. Like it's one of the. Okay, put it this way. Here's how you know the movie's good. I was downstairs outside for a full hour. I came in for the last maybe end of second act into the third act of the film. This shit's funny. Like live, just boom. I was like, whoa, this shit's crazy. But it's also like if you recognize the guy from Workaholics, then you're kind of like, oh, this is gonna be good. Plus it's Pierce Brosnan, and it's like he's trying to save the guy from Workaholics is trying to save his girlfriend, and she got kidnapped by some like gangster who's trying to get her parents to like rob banks because they were bank robbers to rob her a whole bunch of money. So so they try like where I got to. I think he's like, let's rob this freaking bank. And the guy like, you're an idiot. You're not going to know. We shouldn't do this with you. He's like, come on, you can trust me. I'm a bank. Like, I'm a bank manager. Like, I'll tell you which bank is like a lazy bank. So he takes them to the lazy bank. completely MacGuffin screws up the entire thing. Like my man shows up into the bank in a Shrek costume. The his mother-in-law is like the badass ninja fighter, beats up all the guards, and she's like, all right, you're in charge now. I'm going outside to get this money. Make sure hold it down. My man, like literally the Samoan dude from Moana gets up, beats my man's ass, okay. You know, in 90s comedies where at one point they would just turn your body into like a dummy rag doll so that when they did Ridiculous 6'3", like
Oh yeah.
you literally ragdolled. So they did one of those for this. I keeled over, died of laughter. Man steals the armor truck. That whole thing goes bad. They drive through. These guys are Irish bank robbers, so they go through a cemetery and they're knocking down all these freaking graves. And you see Pierce Brosnan like, Lord Jesus. Funny movie. Watch this movie. It's hard. Like I'm not gonna even go to the ending because the ending is just like, wait, what?
I think the actor you're talking about is Adam Devine.
Yes, Adam Devine is in it. Nina Dobrev is in it, which made me feel old because I thought that it was Emmanuel Shrieky. So I was like, wait, is Homegirl from Degrassi in this movie playing like a hotter 26-year-old? Oh, I'm old, bro. when the Homegirl from Degrassi is playing like the hot chick, fuck that. I'm old. Like, nah, I can't be doing this. Nope.
Wrong.
I'm glad to hear that movie's good.
Yeah, man, watch that movie. It's all right.
Just I heard you experienced the Barbieheimer or Oppen whatever.
Barbenheimer?
Barbenheimer.
Yeah, I did.
7 hours of movie?
Yeah. Did Barbenheimer. For Oppenheimer, I got to see the 70 millimeter, the actual film.
Jeez.
So that was a little bit.
I remember having
cool.
7 hours of free time and consistency. Jesus, what the?
Yeah, I took the day off.
Yeah, look at you.
The
Took
whole
the
day
day
off.
off.
Went to go get some brunch. Enjoyed that.
What is
And
that
then
like? 7
it was
hours
good.
of free.
It was good. It was good. One thing I guess my quick review of Oppenheimer was really good. Some funny observations. Matt Damon really loves his hard science, whether it be fiction or actual like nonfiction. He's all about the hard science. Anytime there's a science movie that's tied with Christopher Nolan, it seems like he's there. So there's that. Other point, it seems like during not World War II. That's not true. It seems like all the top scientist movies, biopics we got, all these scientists be banging. They be banging, man. This Oppenheimer had like what 1, 2, 3 affairs.
Listen, hey, if you're building something like that,
no, this is not when he's building. It's like before and after, during, like not after. That'd be after.
I
but
guess
just
being
like,
the smart guy is cool back then because
this dude be
He was
banging,
probably able
man.
to he was able to keep ahead, you know?
Yeah,
Hey.
like one
No,
of
that.
one of the sex scenes is that he's got
why is there sex scenes in this?
he had to read Sanskrit, and the girl
Dude,
got
it can't
all
all be
horny
about
off him reading Sanskrit in the book.
Hold on, wait. Let us never forget when homeboy from Swingers, director of Iron Man, you know who I'm talking about, Mandalorian
Guy Favreau,
Favreau. Let's not forget when Favreau in Chef cooked Scarlett Johansson like spaghetti and landed that.
Yeah, it was just
right.
based. I watched a video recently where it's just oil and spaghetti.
Yeah, he literally makes
pesto,
but he makes pasta with just straight up oil. 3 o'clock in the morning, bang, Scarlett Johansson, and this is Jon Favreau, and you're like, nah, this is not even slim Jon Favreau. This is like good 380 Jon Favreau. yeah. Chef, that movie's badass because his ex-wife is the girl from
when was this movie made?
2008.
This was made after
after Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. So basically, it's an allegory of him kind of being done with making tentpole movies, and then after this, he went and did Jungle Book. I'm not kidding you. After this was Jungle Book.
That nigga, man. Yeah, man.
It was Jungle Book, and then The Mandalorian.
This is what started my whole theory of Netflix / Disney just signs them contracts, multi-year contracts that includes that they get movies in between while they're not filming. Because, come on, man, like he gets his ex-wife is a really good-looking girl from Modern Family, and then his
Sofia
current
Vergara.
Sofia Vergara, and then his boo thing is Scarlett Johansson, and you're Jon Favreau. Stop it. Stop it. Don't make
He's
people
the top
dream
of
like
his
that.
game, chef.
Don't make people dream like that.
So the reason I bring that up, because I remember the Stephen Hawking biopic.
Yeah.
It showed that he was cheating on his wife with some other girl.
Oh.
You know, so it's like,
Oh,
it's just like, man,
scientists.
everyone's got to step up their game, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, geniuses be banging. That's what it is, man. That's the title.
And yeah, so that movie was really cool. I liked how they kind of try to explain quantum theory a little bit for you, just like, you know, just get your foot in the door. It's like,
Did they have an example in like drawings?
Yeah, and it's very similar to what was it again? The other Christopher Nolan movie.
Loki, Miss Minutes and Loki explaining the time stream.
Yeah, pretty much. What was the other space movie that Christopher Nolan did?
Oh shoot! Hold on, no, don't
Space?
say it. I know. Gosh, what was it? The one with the planets?
Yeah, Black Hole.
With the water planet. God.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Thank you. With the save.
That is a clip. Yes.
So
Well done.
yeah, it's like Interstellar, where they're explaining to you how, you know, the fourth dimension, fifth dimension,
And
all
you
that
end up in a
stuff kind of
bookcase.
works out,
Yeah.
and then you see it in real time. And you're like, bah, I don't understand.
I gotta watch that movie again. That movie is nuts.
It's really
Yeah.
good. It's
How
really
you come
good.
out a
And-
black hole and your daughter's older than you? What?
Well, yeah, like I mean, think about
Time is lost.
Yeah,
Or
think about
advanced.
Alien. It's basically like taking that aspect of Alien where all these people are going so far into space that time is still going on Earth. So like I think in Alien 2 they mentioned like, oh yeah, Ripley, your daughter is she was an old woman and she's dead. So like you have no family to go back to.
Wait, what? They just casually mentioned that in Alien 2.
Watch Alien 2 again. Watch
Oh, no.
Alien 2 again. She's like, how's my daughter? It's like, oh, she died of old age like 5 years
Nick!
ago.
Damn.
Yeah, like that, like when you travel in space, stuff is still going on behind.
That's
Like
yo,
that's how
never.
like you know when they say like, you know, speed of light and all that,
Yeah.
like that's what they're talking about. They're talking about like you,
Oh, so they're
you stay the same, but
Not like,
everyone
oh, them
else-
people aren't pausing for you, my G. Like when you come back,
Yeah.
they might not be there.
that's what happens in Interstellar.
That's why she shaved her head in the third one, all angry. Okay.
Well, no, because she's on a
She's in prison.
prison
I'm
planet.
kidding.
But
I know.
The
I
other
just
and the other thing is like a lot of these sci-fi shows skip over that stuff and come up with these
the
like
super
like,
depressing part.
like Star Trek: The Next Generation, Star Trek, all those shows ignore the fact that these people travel through space and all because they're going warp speed, and everyone back on Earth is exactly the same age when they come back every once in a while, and you're just like, you guys have gone through black holes, you guys have gone into like negative space, you've done all these things, but somehow when Cisco gets back to Earth, his dad is still the same old man running a shop. You're like, what are you talking about? How
Nah,
does this
man.
any of this
same
make sense?
same with Prometheus. Prometheus, that's
Yeah.
why they're all in stasis. I mean, that's something that's in all the Alien movies, but
Yeah.
they're in stasis, and the whole point is like, wait, shouldn't Waylon be dead? And it's like, no, he's just in stasis, constantly in stasis, because he wants to see the maker. Basically, he wants
Yeah.
to see God and ask him questions.
Foundation has that. The show on Apple. There's a lot of people just being in stasis for like 150 years, and then people being like, "Wait, you're still alive? Like, what are you
Oh,
doing
shit.
here? How are you still alive?"
You're not there yet. Put me back. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, if I'm traveling through multiple black holes, all that works. Listen, if I come back to Earth, I better be able to make something float with my mind. Fuck that. All that cosmic energy. If I'm not Human Torch, get the fuck out of here. I'm mad.
God, I liked how
That's
Interstellar
wild.
was basically like, oh, we made space colonies. It's basically Gundam. We did it.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Nah, Interstellar bothered me when they went to the water planet and the poor black dude's in the ship like, no, I'll wait. I don't swim. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And then they come back
They
and like,
came back and he
"You
mad
niggas
old.
took that long? Nigga, I'm 70.
Why didn't you wait in stasis? Because I thought I might never wake up again, so I figured
Okay.
I'd wait for you.
I thought you guys were gonna die. That's why
Yeah,
someone has to.
yeah.
Make
As
sure
a
you
man
guys
who
land
doesn't
properly.
swim, right?
Sorry.
And I don't mind water. I don't really tread, but I'll jump in, you know what I mean, deep water. Stasis? Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna see me jumping back into that. Like, here, let me go into this tube that's wild claustrophobic, and y'all go fill it up with water. And then I'm just gonna pass out. No. Like, it better be one of those like cold stasis things that just instant freezes you. I'm not with the water tube thing. I want like
And
No,
just to quickly wrap up my thing, Barbie was great.
Yeah,
Barbie was a joke.
I love
Barbie was-
how that was like a thing for 5
to
seconds.
wrap
and
up
it
my
was-
thing, Barbie
this
was
whole
really,
time
really
it's
good.
been, no,
Definitely
Interstellar
worth the
time.
watch.
Was it a big social commentary?
Of course it was. But it was really funny. It was
Yeah.
hella funny. It wasn't
if-
like, oh, this is pandering, but it's like,
yeah,
it
that's
was
the thing
good.
I don't
It was really
understand
good.
why so many people are upset. Oh, they're making fun of men. Yes, they're making fun of toxic men. Like if
That's
you
what it was
watch,
supposed to do.
remember everybody, Ben Shapiro has a degree from Harvard University in law.
yeah,
46-year-old man complaining about a movie about dolls.
right, exactly.
that's his life.
Yeah,
That's legit
this
his
is what he
life.
gets paid for, so he can complain and be like, "This was offensive that they
He
were."
could
It's
be
like, dude,
fake
come on.
mad.
Was it that offensive? Wasn't the creator of Barbie like up to something? Like,
No,
come on.
Ruth.
actually, I remember I was watching something from Vox and they were pointing out, no, actually, Barbie was based off. Current Barbie
her
was
daughter.
based off of a doll from Germany, and the original doll is based off of an adult comic about like a maybe prostitute gold digger girl that's just like about her paper, and so they
Wait,
made
wait.
a doll. Yeah.
Ruth
Brian,
said it's
hold
about
on.
her daughter, though.
She
You're-
named a doll after her daughter.
Oh, but you're saying that
I'm saying the
design of
actual doll, they
is
made a
designed
doll
after-
before that,
Gotcha,
not by
gotcha.
Mattel. It was in Germany, and it was based off of this adult comic. And it was just like, hey, get this doll that's the representation of like this actual character from this adult comic. Hang it in your
gotcha.
car for good
I
luck,
see
blah,
that.
blah, blah. And then Ruth or whoever bought like maybe 12 of those dolls, brought it back to America, kind of repackaged it a little bit, changed it up a little bit, and then made Barbie with it.
I feel like that's how all toys got made. Because then that's similar to Transformers. It was like
Mhm.
one toy that America made a toy and then went back to Japan and became another toy. Like
No, it was basically Japan had a toy line, and then
Yeah.
the America like saw it and was like, oh, cool, we can do that, and then eventually like they both kind of work together to continue the
Right.
toy line.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's working with everybody to make
Yeah.
money. That's all it is.
Wasn't there a whole thing with Barbie and Gem and Mattel finding out that they were making Gem, so they made some sort of Barbie first that was kind of countering to it? Ruth was on some gangster shit.
No,
That's all I know.
I remember Gem was Hasbro, so that was
Yes.
Hasbro trying to get into that Barbie market kind of thing.
But then Barbie, I heard Mattel got way ear of them trying to do that, and they were like,
And
this
cut
job is-
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't put it past them. That makes
Rockstar
sense.
Barbie or something.
Yeah, Rockstar Barbie. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like, no,
something like
no,
that.
we ain't gonna let's shut this down.
But yeah, no, there's one comment that someone said, I don't remember who it was, but they said people are learning the wrong lesson from the Barbie movie. Instead of learning the lesson that, oh, you can make money off of an action figure film, you should realize you're making money off of a movie that focuses on women, directed by women, and it talks about empowering women. And that's what you should realize from this. That's the right lesson.
Oh,
And
that was
I'm like, yeah,
shoot.
that actually is the right lesson. Like, it's weird that people don't get that. Like, it's
what was his name? He was in Always Be My Maybe.
Oh,
Asian
Randall
dude.
Park. Is he?
Yeah,
the one
he was
who
the
did it?
guy that said that. That was
Okay,
his
cool.
quote.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Isn't portion of Barbie kind of like Lisa Strata?
Who?
You remember like the old Greek, was it a Greek tale or an old like fable called Lisa Strata where it's okay. What was that movie that came out that was about Chicago and it was called what?
Oh, the one where they resist having sex with their partners.
Yes, that's Lisa Strata.
Oh, okay.
Is that what that story's called? Okay.
Yeah, that story's called Lisa Strata, and they used it for Chirac. And
Yes.
I heard that a portion of Barbie is kind of like that, or like
Not really, because the Barbies don't have sex. So you
not sex,
already-
but like they just like the men kind of revolt and try to do like war amongst each other or something, or is that like just some random?
well,
Reddit thing
I
that
mean, if you want us to spoil it, I could spoil that part. At
I
this
don't know.
point, people should have seen it because the movie's made almost $1 billion. Actually, it went over $1
It
billion
did.
already.
It made $1 billion.
So I guess I can spoil it. Yeah, the men fight, but the men fight in the film because the women play them against each other, not because
the women resist. Okay,
right.
All
Yeah,
right.
'cause
Yeah.
in the story you're talking about in Chirac, the story is that they're at war and the women stop sleeping with them as a way to control them, so they stop fighting.
Yeah.
In
Mhm.
this story, they start fighting because the girls start paying attention to them, but
Ah.
the women manipulate them on purpose to start fighting.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you for clearing that.
No problem. No problem.
I think another thing I thought was really funny was that the movie had two Canucks just fighting it out and just
Yeah.
being
Steve
really
and
mad talented.
Ryan. Yeah.
Ryan Gosling and what's his name?
Simu
Si-
Liu.
Yeah, Simu Liu, just
Man,
two
he
Canucks.
came far from Breaker High, dog.
Ryan.
Yeah, man, long way from Breaker High.
No,
That guy.
dude, even
Young
from
Hercules.
Mickey
Young
Mouse
Hercules,
Club.
too.
He was
Yeah,
on
Mickey-
Mickey
I mean,
Mouse Club.
well, I think
did you ever
that's
see
the
that
big.
infamous dance?
Yeah.
What? I was
And when
gonna
he
say-
sang Jodeci,
Yeah, listen, my
yeah,
sister
yeah.
sent me that clip the other day, and my response was, "What in the ... And I just never.
that's
I
the
didn't,
thing,
I
like,
didn't continue.
when you say he's come a long way, if you look at all the kids that were that generation of the Mickey Mouse Club, they all were on the path. To
Okay, yeah,
being
we were
famous.
hard body in the 90s. I know, but like,
Yeah, they were already planning them.
we're not breeding kids like that no more. White
No,
kids
no.
with black soul like that? What? No.
Yeah.
no, that ain't happening no more.
You had a little Christina Aguilera hitting all the octaves like she's Mariah Carey. You're
Yeah, we learned our lesson. We can't have too many of those. We're like, all right, slow down.
What was it? I remember this comedian Kev on stage
Oh, yeah,
said, you know, every once in a while, God will be like, he'll give us one just to keep us humble.
the Blue-Eyed Soul. Yeah,
he'll
man.
He'll give you a white person with soul to keep
The
to keep the black people.
Yo,
Yeah,
humble.
make sure you shut the hell up. Yeah.
The Blue-Eyed
he was-
Soul kids don't fuck around, man.
Don't
They
fuck
got talent when
around.
they got talent.
That's he was talking
Jeez.
about Bobby Caldwell. When he was
Yes,
talking
of
about
course.
that.
Yeah.
Yup.
RIP. But yeah,
RIP, man.
and then
That
but
movie
then
was
but
good.
then sometimes they try and bring one, they try and slide one in that you're just like, nigga. Like Vanilla Ice was one that we were all like, come on now.
Nah, listen, but like Vanilla Ice wasn't so much of like an offense because Vanilla Ice was really just like, y'all just better chill out with this rap shit because this could come and take it away from you. We were like, okay, let's buckle down and make some real stuff. And then 90, like all the conscious era hip hop came out after.
Yeah.
Right. But like,
I
And like you
ended up
look at the
learning-
machine and you're just like, oh, that's what you guys were trying to do? Like this guy, Vanilla Ice? Okay.
tried to, like,
I
4
learned
times.
about Biggie Smalls.
Hey.
In
What?
what?
Look up Biggie Smalls and look up the reason why Notorious B.I.G. had to rename himself
Oh
to
yeah,
Notorious
yeah.
B.I.G.
Right.
It's
Why?
because there was a white rapper originally that came out before him called Biggie Smalls. And they ended up like
Cease
getting
and
into
desist
legal
him?
stuff.
Oh,
I'm being-
wow.
Look up Prim's Hood Media or something like that on YouTube, and he has a whole Biggie Smalls and he talks about it and stuff.
I will definitely look up that YouTube channel with that name. What? Let's go.
It's a good media. It's a good. YouTube
I love
channel.
those, like those side ones with the dude from like Oakland who has like all the knowledge, and it's like, you are actually really good at this. Let's go. I will watch you. Every now and then
one
you
of my
find one.
favorite. One of my favorite lines from his YouTube channel is, it's a sad hood movie. It's a sad hood movie. It's a hood movie. It's a sad hood movie. And like, oh, this guy's an all-star. You know, shout out to this guy. He's an all-star. He's been in all the black movies.
You want another one? Let's look up Tales of Toronto. That shit will have you sitting down and watching TV for hours. It just tells you of all the crazy ratchet stuff that goes down in Toronto hoods, which you wouldn't even think because it's like Toronto. Sorry, us as Montrealers are like, it's Toronto. Like, come on. And then you're like, oh wow, it's Toronto. Like they do stuff up here or down there.
I couldn't find anything about the white guy, but I found the other guy, Big Daddy from 1993, Mississippi Doughboys, where supposedly this guy is saying Notorious B1 is saying that Puffy and Biggie stole this concept for Juicy from him in 93.
Relax, buddy.
Yeah.
Relax.
But again, like
Prim's Hood Cinema is what you're looking for.
in this era of hip hop, it's like
Y'all remember when Timberland snuck in Bubba Sparks and nobody cared?
yeah.
Oh, I like Bubba Sparks.
I loved
like-
Bubba Sparks. That's why everyone's
No,
like,
but
"Yeah, he's alright."
you mean no one cared as in no one got mad at it?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
No one got mad at him.
No,
No
we
one got mad at Paul Wall at all.
Yeah. Yo,
No.
Paul Wall's still out here too, which is funny.
Well,
Yep.
I thought Paul Wall was like everybody's jeweler or something.
Yeah,
at
that
one
was
point.
Jacob, and then Paul Wall gave him grills. He was like,
Yeah,
no,
he was
no,
doing
you
the
can have my
grills.
grills.
Ah, okay.
Paul Wall, baby.
Yeah. What else have you guys? Did you guys do? I guess I missed out on you guys talking about all the films and stuff, the trailers. and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah, we said the trailers, we said the RIPs.
Right. RIP.
Yeah.
RIP.
It's on you, sir.
Oh, okay.
You being the solar opposite of understanding where we are.
Oh,
Yes.
solar opposite. I got to
My
tell y'all, Justin Roiland really picked the bag up on this one. This man was just, yeah. He's out. He's out. Solar Opposites was just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna continue without you. First episode of season 4, the character that he voices gets shot in the throat with a dart, and they're like, get the voice the voice modulator or something. They shoot him with this, voice changes, then they go, yeah, this is my voice now, get used to it. Oh, by the way, that Ray had chrono technology in it, so my voice will sound like this in flashbacks. And then they just start the show, and you're like, wow, you have just erased this man in
That's
one.
amazing.
What?
though. That's honestly really good.
If Rick and Morty can figure out a way to do this too,
They'll
where
just do the same thing. I guarantee you, they're gonna do the same thing,
Mate.
the same exact fucking thing.
May
just
his
like-
name be stricken from the record.
Right.
Wow, okay. Damn,
it's
they
just
got
funny
rid of
because
him.
Solar Opposites really is essentially just Rick and Morty, but with alien. It's like everyone in the family is crazy. Like Rick and Morty, they're all kind of crazy, but Rick is like the scientist and Morty is the nephew or grandson or whatever, and they go on these adventures. In Solar Opposites, they're 4 aliens on Earth doing this mad shit. And you're just like, okay, sure. Like, we're just gonna watch you act mad and crazy. Just going like part of the story is how the 2 kids have a miniaturized Ray, and they keep miniaturizing people that piss them off and throwing them in a cage, like in a habitat that they've built into the wall.
It's like an ant farm.
Yeah, and they built this habitat where all these miniature humans now have to survive, and that is a multiple season. Like they come back to that story multiple times each season. The other one in now is at one point Corvo, the main character that used to be voiced by Roiland, gets mad at some dude and launches him into space. So now this guy is surviving on a planet, and he gets turned into a cop for some reason. He gets the silver whatever. What was that cartoon back in the day where the
Silverhawks.
Silverhawks? He gets turned into like a Silverhawk.
I saw that clip.
What?
I saw that clip. They basically it's if they could, they would backdoor pilot to Silverhawks.
100%.
Really?
But
Wow.
they're doing it in a way where like they're crooked cops, and you start to find out stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is wild. Then the next part of that guy's story is a Fast and Furious spinoff, because these kids save him when the crooked cops try and pin everything on him and leave him for dead. He ends up getting saved by these kids who end up turning out to be like a Fast and Furious type family, who then have their own adventure against the Silverhawks. So now they're like trying to figure out who's the inside man in their crew that's been snitching.
It's definitely been him.
But it's not him in the end, you find out. But it's like, it's just how many stories are you had 11 episodes. You told me 4 different stories in that season. None of them made any sense to me, but still a wild watch. So I guess they're doing something right. And they don't need Roiland to write anything because he's gone now, and this is it.
So like he's like, so is Rick and Morty's done? This show's done. Like what's going?
Rick and Morty's coming back, but he's not
Yeah.
part of it anymore. He's not allowed to.
Maybe I'll actually watch it, because after reading this guy's bio, I've realized that he's been the voice of those kids who think woke is a bad thing generation, and legit, like all of these shows, like Adventure Time, Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites, these are all shows that I quote unquote place as, excuse my French, annoying ass white like kid shows. You know what I mean? Like those kids who just be mad at shit and you have no reason to be mad.
The
They're
kids
just like,
will line up for Szechuan sauce and will try and riot because they
nah,
don't get Szechuan.
the
Like, you know
kids who are mad at Homegirl in Star Wars because she was black, like those kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
All the
next
ones who watch his shows, and then you find out,
juniors.
and then you look at him and you're like, wow, you could easily be a Proud Boy. That's what your beard and your face shape. And now I'm finding out you're knocking out your what are we doing here?
Oh my god. I would say allegedly, but he's been dismissed. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to say. Yeah, what happens when someone's being charged with something? You got to say allegedly. What happens when they're dismissed? Are we supposed to pretend like we don't think they actually did the shit that everyone?
Nah,
thinks
it's
they
when
did?
you've done the shit so bad that the judge is like, nah, man, just give me some money so I can just like, nah.
Oh shit.
Look the other way, please.
Like what
This
do
is
people
bad.
say? What do people say for OJ? OJ didn't kill Nicole, is what we're supposed to say.
Right.
We used to have to say
Well,
allegedly.
I remember
Now
it
we
was
say what?
well, no, because I know they would always say in
You're
in
right, Brad.
criminal court he's not found liable, but in civil court he lost.
Right.
So people always bring up that. They always bring
I
up
always
that. So
find that- I
he
always find
still
that
owes the
such a
family
weird
money.
thing.
He's liable for the deaths. Okay.
So
So,
he still owes the family. He still
If
owes
you're
that
liable for
family
the debts,
money.
you're liable because you did it.
hey man,
Hey,
allegedly did it.
I'm just gonna say that we probably should have taken that L because they've doubled down on us every time since then. Like it's been a hard. Like we were talking about Uno, they've been hitting us with 2s and +4s and 8s ever since OJ. They've been like, "Nah, you going to jail, son." Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Look at homeboy. Look at Kang. What's going on with Kang right now?
Did we ever find out what happened with his case?
No,
They're
I
not
think
gonna
the
tell us
case
either.
is still going on,
still
or they're still
going, yeah.
building the
It's still
case or
ongoing,
something
yeah.
like that.
They brought Michael Jackson to court over a documentary, and the man wasn't alive.
Yeah, dude. Don't even.
I'm just saying. Ever
Don't-
since that OJ shit, they doubled down on us, boy.
Every time, dude. The amount of time I remember, I was at work the other day, and we were talking about what we have to do with Lizzo. Because they're just like, oh, we might have to take the Lizzo tracks out of the system because some of the clients are starting to be like, hey, we don't want Lizzo songs on our playlist.
Two of them?
And our say what?
Two of them. The ones that are in crazy rotation. Yeah,
she has a few. She has a few.
He has a few, but I feel like I'm thinking of Juicy, and I'm thinking of the last one that she
The
just
superhero one,
did.
right?
It's
Yes, those
Bad
are the
Bitch
highest.
O'Clock, and
Yeah, those are the highest rotation ones. But
Two of them.
so in the meeting, they're asking me like, everyone's giving their opinion. And they go, Brian, what's your 2 cents?
Please help us, Brian. Brian, please help us with your wisdom. Please.
No, but the whole team is giving their 2 cents. So it was just everyone. So then when it comes to me, they're just like, Brian, give us your 2 cents. And I was just like, man, until y'all get rid of Eric Clapton's racist ass, I don't care what you do. And everyone in the meeting was just like, oh, okay.
All right.
I don't know. I wish I was there because I'd be like, hey, man, he did music with Babyface. All is forgiven.
Hell no. I'm not forgiving that fucking racist motherfucker out here talking about how he wants to get rid of all the black people in England. Get the fuck out of
You know
here.
what?
Clapton was wilding for a bit, though.
David
Come on.
Bowie.
Yeah.
David Bowie, what? With the 13-year-old girl? Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Steven
not that
Tyler?
one.
Not that
Wait,
one.
I think when he was
What?
like the White Duke and he was
How
saying some
many
crazy...
things do we want to discuss? Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
No, I'm just asking about one person. I'm not asking about everybody else.
Brian, you're going
I'm ready,
there. All right.
I'm ready to put them all on blast. And
Let's
yes,
go.
Jaws, every time that they've been brought up, I have said, let's remove all their music too. Because when people said to me, oh, we're taking Michael Jackson out, we're taking out Lizzo, we're taking out these people, I'm like, okay, so Eric Clapton, Steven Tyler, who got a teenage girl pregnant and then she didn't want to have the abortion. All of a sudden there was a fire in the building, and when she got brought to the hospital, they performed an abortion on her without her consent because she had already her parents had signed her guardianship to Steven Tyler, so he was able to sign off on the abortion. Yeah,
it happened a lot for some weird reasons.
Look it up. This is like all these things have happened, and we all just go, "Hey, Aerosmith." Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
no.
so I know you. So Brian, you're that nigga in the meeting where they're like, okay, so if there's nothing else, we'll wrap this up. And here you come, and they're like, no, I gotta pee.
So, and my thing is, and
What's the
like
David Bowie one?
David Bowie. So there was this one girl who used to hang out at. David Bowie's not the only one, but there was
Even
this
that
one
one.
girl who used to hang out at Studio 54 who was underage, and she was hooking up with multiple different like celebrities in the era. They all knew she was underage. They all hooked up with her. If you're going by the law, they all should be in trouble for it. But everyone was just like, well, this girl was hooking up with them and she wanted to be there. I would say this girl was being given drugs, was underage, and didn't have the ability to make these decisions for herself because whatever situation she was in wasn't the best or the healthiest and wasn't of adult mind to decide, maybe I won't suck of these famous rock stars.
Oh man,
Just
true.
saying. I'm just
Nobody
saying.
shaved in the 70s. Oh god.
No, yeah,
Oh god. Oh,
but
God.
like the music industry was a messy place then. It's a messy dude. There's people I know at my work or at labels who are constantly telling me, man, this is who got canceled this week. Wait till they find out about this person. And I'm like, like, they say this shit to
That's
me all the
sick.
time, and I'm like, oh my god, this
How often do
music.
you bring up Drake to be
Mm.
canceled?
Drake need to not be doing interviews in little girls' beds, all right? That nigga needs to stop that shit. What the fuck?
Yo,
You are clear. Stop it.
also that girl is the biggest industry plant for
Oh, yeah.
podcasting I've ever
He showed up to it. Dude, it's their second interview is Drake.
Yeah. That
What
like
are you doing?
Bobby, whatever her name is, like
Bobby,
good
some
for-
executive's daughter. Stop it.
yeah, good for you that you did this, but like let's not pretend like you just magically got these interviews without any connection with no, and that's fine as long as we all just acknowledge it, because that's my thing. People are just like, look at her, she's taking over the industry, and they're like interviewing her on like Good Morning America and stuff, and I'm just like, the fuck are y'all acting like this girl doesn't have like the people at Good Morning America, somebody's boss's friend, like
Mhm.
boss's best friend who played golf on Tuesday is her dad. That's who you. This is how that interview
Yup,
came
yup.
into the studio. A
Yup.
producer got told by someone somewhere, "Hey, this girl got a Drake interview. Put her on the morning news." For what? Like, guys, the median age for people who watch the morning news is 50 plus. You think they care that this girl interviewed
Hold on,
Drake?
hold
in a
on,
bed?
hold on.
Hold on.
The median age. Forget the age. It's people that still pay for cable.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm one of those. Hey,
yeah, that's the best point. You think they care about a YouTube interview with Drake? That's the best point,
People that
John.
still
just
pay
made.
for cable. I think you have to look at it that way. Who's paying for that interview? People that pay for cable.
mhm.
Wild. Anyways,
Jeez.
I just thought, yeah, that's my rant.
I watch the TV to find out what's going on the internet.
That has to be the title. I watch TV to find out
Find
what's
what's
happening
going
on the
on
internet.
Win.
Oh my god.
Good win. Oh man.
So yeah, that's solar opposites.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Jesus.
That's how we're gonna do that. Let's go.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Dave, what are you hitting us with?
I'm distracted. I'm sorry.
I'll go next quickly.
I got-
All right, hit us.
Danny picked for this week. we watched the television series from 2022 from scratch, aka Goliath and Gamora are in a TV show together.
Goliath.
Yeah, Goliath. Keith David. Keith David plays her father. Gamora's in it, and she's not Gamora. And I'm just like, oh shoot, this looks cool, awesome. Dave, this one's for you. Gamora.
The Italian isn't that
Yeah,
the-
boy. Hey,
Okay,
that's my
so
name.
yeah,
See, you see, there we go.
Oh, you
That's
think
why-
I didn't watch it? You know who I
Of course you watched it. That's why I said this for you.
It's called From Scratch. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's from
So
scratch.
I gotta watch this too, I guess.
It's not bad. It's meant to get at the feels though.
It's got me in the field, bro. That scared the shit out of me. Let me tell you, this movie.
Zoe Saldana. Okay.
Zoe Saldana. She finds her husband. She goes to Sicily. And I'm almost like, all right, this is great. This is start off nice. He's Sicilian. Cool. Let's go. Gets cancer scare. Okay. You know, typical show, cancer scare. They want to have a baby. She doesn't because she's a workaholic. And then you're just like factoring in, like, wow, these people have crazy support systems. And it's the States. So it's like, I got to be in the hospital because my husband's sick. All right. Keith David's just like, we're flying down. How do you just have money to just be there
Damn.
all the time? Cool. No problem. Great show.
Yeah, he's
He-
derived as rich though.
Yes, true. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Wait, who's
Um,
rich? Goliath?
The father, yeah.
The father, he's
Oh.
like descripted as like pretty rich, so he's okay.
He was sending her to like some type of fancy, like she leaves to go chase her passions, right? But she was supposed to be like a doctor or an
Yeah.
accountant or something. And she was like
Okay.
in an Ivy League school and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she does that. Lo and behold, the husband gets cancer. It gets worse. It clears up, but then every 3 months he has to go back and check.
Right.
So they eventually adopt a daughter. This is what I hate when they do this with kids. They adopt a daughter, right? The first kid that they get to play as a daughter is like a very, very cute, awesome child actress. She might be playing 4 or 5, but like her speech is super advanced, so you might think she's 6 or 7.
Okay.
And then midway through, they upgrade her to this
Right.
other kid to make her look older, you know,
Right.
missing teeth and stuff. Fine. However, spoiler alert, at this point of the show, homie obviously succumbed to his sickness and passed away.
Oh.
Right. So it's like a year, but within the last 3 episodes is like the portion from when he passed to her mourning.
Okay.
And the kid was missing teeth when they introduced her. 2 front teeth. She only has 1 right here.
Okay.
And it's been like 8 months. She still only have 1 tooth right here. No. I hate that shit. Stop it. Just change the actors or give me a kid with full teeth. Because I don't.
Yeah,
I don't-
because the passage of time doesn't even make sense when you start doing stuff like
Thank you.
that. Yeah.
Thank you. It
That's
just
funny.
doesn't make any
It
kind
doesn't
of sense.
correlate.
Right?
She's,
Doesn't
she's
correlate.
not in a black hole.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe that's the title.
Gotta
She's not a
communicate
black
with
hole.
her
That's good.
through a watch.
Essentially, you get like throughout the show, you get introduced to his father, who like disowned him because he left the farm in Sicily and he came and married an American girl. And then like the mother and father come over when like he's finding out about his recovery, and then you fall in love with these people because they're like OG Italian, and like it's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
The father, you get to fall in love with him. You're like, all right, cool, until he just like dies off screen.
Damn.
Like, and I like he died.
Movie.
He died. It was an 8-episode show. Man's
Oh,
died.
yeah. Series.
He died off screen so hard that I missed an episode, and that's where it happened. And I'm just like, where'd the dad go? Here's Danny. Yeah, he died. He had a heart attack and passed out in the field. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You have a
And it was
whole
like-
arc. Nigga, you have a whole
Yeah.
arc where the father and son aren't talking.
Yeah.
The father comes down to the States, doesn't see his son at all. Man's laid up in the hospital. Girl and shouts to Zoe Saldana, who plays a black woman who can speak Italian real well, because
Okay.
she busts this guy's ass at one point. Like at one point, he's just there speaking and like not acknowledging her really, but like she can speak. She doesn't speak Sicilian, but she speaks Italian. So at one point, she's just like, "Dog, you ain't gonna go see your son. You came all the way here to do nothing. Fuck's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Legit. And he looks at her like, "Bitch, are you crazy?" And he looks at his wife, and his wife's like, "Nigga, I don't know." These Americans, so you go through all that, fall in love with the dad. You think he's a badass. He messed up her flowers. Everything forgiven for him to die off screen. Done. Okay, cool.
Rude.
Yeah.
Maybe last 2 episodes of the show, grandma wants you to come to like spread his ashes in Sicily. Cool. She gets there, driving up like a road. Looks like she has no idea where she's going. No kind of GPS. Just her in a car in Italy with her daughter. Person comes down the road. She looks at her. It's like the whole village comes down the road. Girl just gets out her car, hands grandmama the ashes, walks off, leaves the car. No one does anything. I guess someone in the town moved it. Fine, no big deal. The annoying part. I don't know how long this girl's been in Sicily or Italy for. Zoe hasn't worked in, I don't know, 6 months. She has a whole ass house in California with, I don't know, bills, I presume. Grandma's like, "Hey, yo, so check this out. You got some things to sign while you're here, and you got to have dinner with this person and have lunch with this person." I imagine that's like, cultural things. And I'd be down for it. Then she's like, "You got to sign these papers." Goes and signs the paper. Thank God this girl speaks Italian too, because again, if you didn't speak Italian, you'd be fucked. Dave, tell me, right? Okay, there you go.
It's like Harold and Kumar, like when they forget the cell phone. Like if you would have had the cell phone, there's no movie. So
Yeah.
like,
It's wild. So
Pretty
she
wild.
goes, he's like, "Oh yeah, she left you these papers." Goes back to grandma. She's like, "Girl, you left me your entire land and a deed to your house. I have a home. Like I can't stay here. What do you mean? I have a career." Show ends. She ends up staying.
Eat, pray, love.
Right?
that's
Right,
really what
though?
it is. That's
Right?
really what it is.
So it's like, hold on. Wait, you made a whole muck about you having a big career and you don't want to have a kid because of this, and you lose your husband and you're all like trying to deal. And then your sister has to come in and literally be like, "Yo, this is the best line in the show." Her sister comes in on her. If you want to get someone out of mourning, she's like, "All right, you've been doing this for a long time. I get it. You need to mourn, but your daughter needs you." Doesn't work. Then she's like, "You need to get up and wash your ass." Up. Zoe Saldana gets up and she's like, "I smell." She's like, "You stink." And that was in the show. That I was like, this might have been written by a black woman. Because for you to put in the line, "You need to get up and wash your ass," that shit is so like aggressive. I checked myself. I was like, "God damn." Like, oh, shoot.
You got that flashback when you were a kid, like,
yeah.
All to say,
smell check, like,
Yeah.
from scratch as a story, it gives it 8 out of 10 because of the feel good. It gets a 9 out of 10 because it legit scared the shit out of me. I'm starting to work out this week. I don't ever want to catch nothing like this. Is like the big C, and every show where the person gets sick like 10 times over, where it's like heart wrenching. This makes This Is Us look like Sesame Street.
Well, I was gonna ask you, like, this feels like This Is Us, but for Netflix.
Nah, man, this makes This Is Us look like friggin' like Big Comfy Couch. This ain't like This Is Us ain't shit to this.
God.
Like, because it just hits you. Like, you're like happy go lucky, and then like man's is like, "Yeah, I feel kind of sick." She's like, "No, it can't be that." And he's like, "Let me take you out for dinner one last time." You're like, "Oh, you're gonna tell her that cancer's back? This is super sad." And then just dead.
Oh shit.
It's like, whoa, it's super crazy.
Anyways, there was a period of time where all these TV shows were really trying to A Million Little Things, This Is Us, like
Big
everyone
C.
was, everyone was trying to be like, how much can we make y'all cry?
Yeah,
Jeez.
exactly.
And they were doing it before the pandemic, when people like the pandemic made people even more emotional and like like withdrawn. So imagine if they had done those shows like right after, just have flooded streets of people just crying.
It does make me want to go to visit, like I want to go to Italy now. Like, I definitely want to go.
Well,
there.
I'm going to Europe, so
I
I'm
hate you.
excited.
I know both of y'all.
Yeah.
Both of y'all on
Can't
your Euro
fucking
trip.
wait.
Yeah,
Can't
Fucking
Crazy.
wait.
I
2
wanna
weeks
go.
away. 2 glorious weeks away. Sorry.
Yeah. I know Dave was saying he didn't have anything he wanted to talk about, but I will say the Batmobile, the 1989 mini Batmobile
have here.
Lego set that came out.
There's a
I
mini
just
version. Nice.
Right, yeah, because they have the big version that came out. This mini version got announced when they were doing the Flash film. It was a pre-order. This is
Yeah.
the second time they've released a mini version. They actually had the mini version you could get for free at one point. So it just came
for
out.
free.
Yeah, you got it for free if you made an order over a certain amount.
Oh, it was like the gift, the prize or whatever.
Right. But imagine the mini Batmobile was the free gift. Had I known, I would have bought something. I didn't know.
100%.
I was so mad when I found out afterwards that you could only get it then. And I even reached out to Lego being like, is there a way to order this? And
Nah, B.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Dude,
funny thing is,
How'd you
the
get
most
this number?
disrespectful yeah, the most disrespectful thing. They don't even answer you.
Wow. Yeah.
well,
yeah.
well, the thing though is like example, I got it, right? I bought it.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I haven't opened it yet because
I
I've
built
I've been debating on pulling the trigger on getting like. Have you seen the new like?
$500 full Batcave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. That's
I-
that's.
Where are you
that's
gonna
a
even
little-
put that?
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like that's my only problem with it. But like, I really want to build that. Like, I
mean,
saw it. I'm like,
I
this is a
don't get me
problem.
wrong. I saw it. I think it's super cool, but at the same time, it's just so big.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a huge set that I was just like, I mean, as much as I would want this is almost insane how large of a set this is.
Yeah.
So
They're
I-
just designing these things, assuming motherfuckers will make the space for this shit.
right.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
Unicron was obnoxious. Let's
Yeah.
just
Yes.
say that.
Well,
Yes.
but at least this one, it's also like it's meant to fold inward at least, right? There is a certain degree of like it could be you
Yeah,
could
it
put it
closes like a
somewhere.
book.
Yeah, exactly. So you
Yeah,
could put
yeah.
it somewhere and then like show it off to people who want to see it or whatever.
If it's like the
But,
Lego
like-
sets of old, when you fold that shit, and it's like, psh, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden a piece in the middle breaks, and you're like,
Well,
ah!
that's the thing.
You lose
Well,
something.
well, actually, the side that folds outwards and inwards, it's relatively hollow in comparison to the other side that has like
Let's hope.
all the Batcave accessories and whatnot.
Let's hope like the hinge isn't like a Lego piece,
Yeah.
as they would do to you.
Yeah.
The one like $100 Lego piece that's like a hinge and you can't find it again.
Right.
Yeah.
You should be able to get them though.
A special order.
Yeah, like you just tell them this is my set and this is the piece I'm missing, and like they'll ship you the missing piece.
Lego's pretty good with that stuff, I'll admit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the set. It came out recently. I think Dave, I kudos to you for deciding not to build it yet. It's called Batman versus the Joker Chase 7. The Lego set number is 76224. If you guys haven't seen it, it pretty much is just a mini version of that larger Lego Batmobile that came out a couple years ago. The price isn't too high either. It's $60. Yeah, and I like it. I think it's a solid set. I think it was really nice.
When you opened it out of curiosity, does the Joker have like the accessories for the hat and whatnot, or is it just what you see here?
It's just what you see here. So no, yeah, you don't get the 89 Joker, Jack Nicholson with the hat and stuff. You get that Joker if you have the large Batmobile.
But you could also get them. There's a Batwing that you can buy as well. Now
Yes.
there's a mini Batwing, and he's apparently in that.
Uh,
Or sorry, there's well, it
that's
has
Penguin.
this. No. There's the Batwing, and you get the like.
oh,
look.
the Batwing that's this size.
Yeah, exactly.
mean
Like
that-
the one that
my
comes
apologies.
out with this one.
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly.
My
Sorry.
apologies. I did. No. That's on me. That's on me. I thought you were talking about the large Batwing that I have back here. No, yes, you're right. I see it here now. If you got so, it's funny that they did that because this Batwing that they have where you get the Joker with the hat already came out though, which is the funny part. This is the second time they're releasing this set.
Well,
So if you guys are, I'm going to switch over, but
yeah, I
this
was
set is
gonna ask.
76265. And this one, I have the older version of this which to
I
be
think
honest,
I
in my
have that
opinion,
one.
is the nicer version of it because
Mhm.
I don't like the front of this one. I also don't necessarily love this look on
You're
it.
talking about this one?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is already the Batwing.
It is already the Batwing. The only
So
thing
I'm-
that sucks is you would want the Joker that's there. That's basically what it is. It's a cash grab.
Well, yeah, which again, I have that Joker because I got that Joker with the 89. So yeah, that's fair. By the way, I mean, if you guys, I don't know how purist some of you are all are. When I go to Comic-Con, I buy a lot of minifigs, the like bootleg minifigs from people where you can buy like 5 for 20.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of people who do that there, and they do it at the smaller Montreal conventions every once in a while too.
Mhm.
So if you guys are, because I'm pretty sure you could find a Joker with the hat, and that way you'd have to spend $50 to $60 for a set you already own a copy of.
Yeah. That's
Just-
that's literally what I'm gonna try and do at the next mini Comic Con.
Yeah.
Although getting the minifigs is a bit of like a problem for me. Like even this last one I got like Link, like Zelda Link. I got
Right. Oh, that's a nice one.
I got Doc and Marty.
Oh yeah,
from
I have
Back
those. Okay.
From Back to the Future. I got a Goku. I got
Ooh, Goku. That's a nice one too.
I got a Vegeta, but it sucked because I thought I grabbed a different one.
Oh.
And I looked at him like, well, it's still Vegeta, but like this is a hideous body.
Well,
Like, I
at least that's one of the things I like going to the conventions to pick them out, because I once did an online order. There was like some site that had a really crazy deal where you were going to get like, I think you could get like 10 for like some crazy price just because you were paying for shipping. And I got a whole bunch of them. The only thing that really sucks with those ones is the women's faces, because the hair pieces were so big on a lot of those minifigs. They drew the faces lower.
Oh.
I guess because they were thinking like, well, you want to be able to see the eyes. It's like, no, because you drew the face. Like if this is a human face, they drew us as if my eyes were down here. Like my face starts down here because the like women's hair goes over their foreheads. So it would kind of block the eyes. So some of those I legit, because I've ordered so many Lego sets in the past, I legit took other heads off of Lego set minifigs I had and was just like, I'm gonna just fix this because this is horrible.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate, but you know, whatever.
But speaking of minifigs, also I got a cool Yoshi, but that's a side tangent.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
One thing I'm happy is that they're releasing a new Marvel Wave, like a regular, like a real Lego Marvel Wave.
Oh, like
and
is it going to be the secret ones again?
Yeah, exactly. They're doing doing a Marvel one where I wasn't a fan of necessarily all of them, but like there was a good like I think you have both different versions of Moon Knight. I know there was a Wolverine.
When did they announce this?
I saw it a few days ago, like randomly. I'll just see if I can find it.
Yeah, because if you can find the images, how to get any Lego minifig series 2 3 days ago. Yeah, because I know that what I did last time was I watched a lot of the videos that told you what to feel for when you felt the bag. So I have so I'm gonna share the screen again. I'm gonna try and
because did you find it? Because I was trying to.
I found the old one so I can explain this one. But like I have hold on, sorry. So if you guys are listening to this, we once again, always whenever you have a chance, jump into our YouTube, youtube.com/FXA. Oh, sorry, youtube.com/@FXA Media. So I have a lot. I have the Sylvie, I have the T'Challa, I have the Loki, I have what's her name? Sharon, not Sharon, but Peggy. I have the Spider-Man with the cape. I have Falcon, Captain America, and I have Photon. So those are ones I have. I didn't get like I could have completed the set, but I already had some of them, so it wasn't worth it to complete the set. I didn't really care. Oh, perfect. You found the one. Okay. So
I sent it to you since you're already sharing.
Yeah. So this is the new one that you're saying people are. This is going to be the new set.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's in a way so you can at least see it. It's not like the official website, but it is the official.
I'm just sharing the image anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this is so This is the new wave that's going to be coming. Okay, it's funny that you sent this wave because I already have the bootlegs to most of these.
Yeah, well, that's the thing for me for this one. It's like basically if you're seeing the screen, I'm down for the bottom row.
Okay,
And
well,
the
let's
Ant-Man.
go over. You have She-Hulk. You have so they're obviously still going off of the the live action shows on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. So you have the bottom row has She-Hulk, Mr. Knight. Is that his name when he's in just a suit? I can't remember right now, but it's Moon Knight when he's in the suit, Wolverine, Moon Knight when he's in his full costume, Mohawk, Storm, and Beast. And then for the top row, you have Ant-Man.
It's Ant-Man. I think what it is, it's supposed to be Ant-Man as his big self, and he's holding because he grows right in the most recent one. It was more him growing. So I think it's supposed to be him being big and holding somebody small in his hand.
Right. And then this is the Wolf by Night guy, right?
I guess that one I was not really too.
And then you have what's her name? Hawkeye, the Kate Bishop, Hawkeye Clint. You have Agatha, and then I don't know who this last one is.
I think that's supposed to be what's the deaf girl or
Echo.
I think that's supposed to be Echo.
Yeah, that does make sense. Wow, so they're really going heavy for all the Marvel MCU like TV shows.
Yeah, exactly.
These are almost all TV shows except for the Ant-Man.
Well, no, they are because if you think about it, it's all the TV shows, the most recent movie.
Yeah, this is the 97 the X-Men, so I get that. But what's the Ant-Man from? What animated?
Well, I'm saying that I think I was about to say I think that's the only exception to this list.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Unless you would maybe that's supposed to be a reference of maybe a what if moment. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I could see that.
It could be. It could be like maybe that's the evil Ant-Man's what ifs costume. I don't know. Like I didn't. Like
yes. The what if episode where what's his name? Oh no, but he was Yellow Jacket. He wasn't Ant-Man.
Was he? I wasn't sure because that was the thing. I'm shooting in the dark there because the thing is he doesn't look because that's not the Ant-Man suit from.
No, it's not the time travel suit.
It's not the time travel suit. It's not from Quantumania.
Right.
So I'm not too sure what this is. But with that being said, I think most of them are pretty neat. But I would say like all the X-Men, Ant-Man, and maybe like Moon Knights I'd be getting, but most of these I don't want to say they're skippable, but like I guess it depends on how much you like the show, the specific episode that you're like, like example, if you really liked Hawkeye and whatnot, sure, but like for me it's like nah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. It is very interesting. If people are interested, we'll hopefully we can try and remember to add the link that you sent because in that article, the guy breaks down how to figure out which weight for which one. Like he does a whole thing where he has weights and he's showing you a scale so you can figure out which one you're buying. Not that I would walk around with a scale into stores. That would be a little weird, but
to be honest, sorry.
No, I was just saying. I guess I understand what he's trying to say. I mean, She-Hulk's going to be an easy one to figure out.
Yeah, she has too many accessories for it. I don't know if the fish is supposed to be Mr. Knight.
Oh yeah, because he does have the aquarium. You're right.
Yeah, so I mean, but still, like she has like 2 books. He's gonna also be easy because he has the batons and the fish. Wolverine is gonna be super easy because you're gonna just have to find the claws.
Yeah.
Same with Storm with the electrical bolts.
Yeah. Kate Bishop with the bow because she has
the dog. The dog will be the
dog.
easiest.
Yes, the bow. You're right. The dog would be. Agatha might be a little difficult.
You feel the hair and then you try and find her.
Her
powers.
Yeah, her hand glass that she has.
Beast is the only one with a mug, so that one's gonna be easy one too. You find the mug, you find Beast.
Yeah. I guess most of these don't seem too hard because even Clint has an owl, so it's like you're gonna be able to feel that.
Why the fuck does he have
I feel like maybe Beast you could, if you're too overconfident, you might confuse Beast with Wolverine. Because that's not the biggest. I mean, you're still, but I agree. You're still looking for the mug for the most part.
So for the Beast, though, is that headpiece all one piece?
It looks to be potentially one piece, and if that's the case, then he will be one of the easiest because you're just finding that. And Ant-Man, it's just you got to find Ant-Man is probably the easiest because it's only the body, and as long as the only other thing other than the body is like
a helmet,
to be a little guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Giant Man, actually.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah. It's
It's Bill Foster.
okay. Oh, it's Bill Foster.
Oh, and
Yeah, it's Goliath. That's supposed to be Black Goliath
From which episode though?
from season 2 that they haven't aired yet.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so Skinny giving us the info. Okay, so Goliath is supposed to appear in the What If season 2, and they already have the
No.
minifig for that. I would like to know if it's a black minifigure head under the helmet then, because that's
I would hope so. Everyone's like,
$5.
oh,
It's just a black. It's like one of those. It's like the
that's another-
Mandalorian
yeah,
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
just
get one of these.
yeah, just like
Oh.
a blank head. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
oh
weird. that
wow,
they do-
they can do that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do that sometimes now. Because even I got a blank for the when I got the Mandalorian plane, the ship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got 3 minifigs. One was Bo-Katan. One was a version of what's his name, Giancarlo's character,
Yeah.
and then the other one was just a blank head, like you're saying.
Was it
And
Mando? Was it supposed to be Mando?
No, it wasn't Mando.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
in the
different
show, do
body
you
art.
ever see Mando's face?
2 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He take. Yeah.
But
He
yeah, it
takes.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know the things they do, man.
Is that
Like-
this in the instructions? Do they say that like you're getting a blank face? Don't worry.
No, yeah. In
You don't-
the instructions, you just see the 3 minifigs, and the 2 of them, like Bo-Katan, you see her face, and then the other Giancarlo looking dude, you see the face. The middle one just has his helmet on the whole time. So when I opened it, and in the instructions, yes, you're right. In the instructions, they do show you this is just a blank face.
Okay.
But I switched it because like I have a whole bunch of minifig extra heads because of all the different sets I've had. Weirdly enough, sometimes you get extra heads, which is kind of nice, but weird.
Mhm.
But yeah, and I literally have a thing full of hands, minifig hands,
Yeah.
because of how many
Oh.
extra hands they give you.
Jesus, I need to get some of those plastic things.
But yeah, okay, noted. Thanks, Skinny for helping us figure that out. That's going to
problem.
be Bill, and then
Bill Werewolf by Night next to him.
yeah, that's what I was
Looks dope.
saying. Yeah, it's Werewolf by Night, right?
yeah,
yeah.
it looks dope.
So minifig collectors, get ready to get out there. What else do we got in news? Dave, you want to start us off? I didn't have a
Sorry.
chance to look up.
Well, I'll start off with the thing I want to talk about the most. Gambit's making an appearance in Deadpool 3. Unfortunately, it's Channing Tatum.
Official.
Well, that's what it seems to be. That's what a lot of it's like. It's one of those ones that seems to be consistent, and I'm hoping that's gonna happen.
He
But
gonna
that's the
die like
biggest rumor.
Shatterstar.
Yeah. I
You mean
very
like
much
Invisible Dude.
If they did that, I'm like breaking the screen of the freaking
No,
movie
that's-
theater.
that's
I'm in.
What? You don't
100%.
even want Channing Tatum
That's
playing
what
that.
100% what.
No,
they're
but
doing.
no. If he's suggesting that they're going to kill off the character completely, I don't want Channing Tatum, but like I want Gambit. I want Gambit.
Yeah, but they're not.
My hatred for Channing is
Dave,
great,
Dave,
but not that great.
Dave. Variants, my friend. Variants.
If you're saying there's a variant, sure. If there's a variant, I don't even want him on the screen for more than a second.
They want an excuse to get rid of the Fox X-Men so they don't owe them any residuals, so that they can go ahead, cast new people, and be like, hey, these are the X-Men that have been here. This is why you got this show called X-Men 97. Why else is that show getting a season 2 before season 1
Yeah,
premiered?
yeah. Especially when they're trying to get rid of all the Disney is having so much money trouble that it's like
Really?
they're trying,
Yeah.
dude.
They spent
Disney,
a lot of money.
this isn't on the list, but ESPN is going to be doing ESPN Bet, where they're going to be letting people like they're going to be doing online betting and stuff. And Disney has always said they would never do that. Now they're joining up with a online betting company. They're expected to make $1.5 billion over 10 years. And everyone's just like, how hard up is Disney that they're making this deal for projected earnings?
But like I
on
understand,
betting.
they made billions of dollars off of the Marvel movie franchise.
Right. But
Right,
they also
but they have
probably
been making billions of dollars off the Marvel movies in the last year. This whole year.
Yeah.
This whole year has been a bunch of duds.
and not only that, but how much they put in? 100 million into Willow?
Yeah. Dude,
They put money.
And the other thing is they priced themselves way too low for Disney Plus at first.
Yeah.
And now they're at another piece of news that we didn't write down, but they're doing this bundle in the States for $20. You get Disney Plus and Hulu because they're trying to force people into bundling. Because if you get Disney Plus separately for the highest tier, it's going to be $18. If you get Hulu for the highest tier, it's going to be like $18. But if you bundle them, it's $20. What sense does that make? So they're trying to force people to bundle.
Here's the real facts, though, and that Disney Plus is realizing. Disney Plus in Canada is better than Disney Plus in the
Yeah.
States.
Yes.
And they need to be
Really?
giving everybody what Disney Plus in Canada has for the price point. Because, bro, like I can cancel Netflix straight up.
Right.
Because
Dude, Dave, it's the Star stuff. It's the Hulu stuff
That's true.
through Stars that they're
Mhm.
just like, oh, we're gonna have to license it this way. They really should have just bundled Hulu.
I can watch It's Always Sunny on
Yeah.
Disney Plus and The
Yeah.
Simpsons and
Yeah.
Atlanta. But you
Right.
can't do that in the States.
Remember when Disney Plus was supposed to be the wholesome one? And they're
Right?
just like, we're never gonna do any of
No,
this
they
stuff.
said fuck that 3 months in. They're like, listen,
Yeah.
this Winter Falcon thing ain't working out. We need money. So,
Yeah.
This Winter Falcon thing. I love how no one's ever respected the name of that show on this show.
it gets
Nope.
more respect than Secret Invasion, but no, I'm not respecting that.
But I thought you said
Secret
Secret
Invasion.
Invasion was shite.
Old man
exactly.
fucking Nick
Yeah,
Fury
exactly.
that no one wanted.
Yeah. it was
Shave
really
and get rid of that fucking cap.
bad. So,
Again,
Take her
off
hat.
that silly ass hat.
Fuck the
Yeah,
cap.
Lucasfilms Industrial Light and Magic, which a lot of people know it's one of the like biggest in the VFX game. Their VFX and animation facility in Singapore is closing due to economic factors affecting the industry. So yeah, there you go, Dave. Lucasfilm, a part of a subsidiary of Disney, is being affected.
So just to give you a quick
yeah,
thing of
but
They
that,
also
you know what?
Indy didn't do well for them, by the way. Lucasfilm.
They shouldn't have put that movie out,
Indy was
bro.
bad.
They
Just-
lost 100 million.
Of course,
Just
they
to-
did.
But they also released that Mission Impossible came out at wrong time. Sorry, Joss. Continue.
Yes.
Just a quick thing about Lucasfilm Singapore. They're the team that does Clone Wars.
Mm-mm.
So all that TV show, all that animation, all the Clone Wars, all that
damn,
they do.
What the fuck
Yeah.
are they
Me from
doing?
My paper. You know
But
what they're
they're
trying
not-
to do?
They didn't do Rebels though, because they
No.
needed them to do Rebels because Rebels was bad. Rebels was like somebody's
animation style. Yeah, Rebels
Yeah,
is not.
Rebels
is
was
not, yeah.
ugly stepchild of whatever that was. So that was weird.
You know that portion in X-Men where they caught cheap on the animation, and you
yeah,
can tell?
Jaws was saying, didn't they outsource to another
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah,
You
they
said?
started
yeah.
outsourcing. That's what happened with Rebels.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh.
Okay, so Singapore, yeah. So the team that does Clone Wars. Wait, but that's the team that does Bad Batch, no? Right
Yeah.
now?
Wait,
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
no season 3 for
Well,
them niggas. It's
No, they have to be coming back. Bad Batch is definitely not getting canceled.
That'd be foolish.
gonna
Oh.
come back looking all weird.
No, it's gonna come back looking
It's like it's
Rebels.
moving like this, like like all robotic side.
Since season 1.
No,
Screw that reboot where they're like falling on top of each other.
Please God, no. Please God, no.
Oh,
All right. That is depressing to think that they're gonna do that. Last thing we have SAG-AFTRA to exclude Writers Guild covered projects produced in U.S. from interim agreement eligibility.
What
that
I
means is-
understand from this is that
Okay.
essentially, after the actors have joined up and went on strike with the writers,
right?
these niggas are now going to negotiate and exclude the writers.
No, okay.
Okay, that's
So-
what I understood from that.
No, I thought it meant that they can't do movies or write about this. That's what I thought that meant.
Okay, so they can't do movies. That is correct currently.
Okay.
They if you are a writer, you can't write right now. If you're a WGA, you can write your own stuff, but you can't write stuff for the studios right now. What this is the writers went on strike first. They're more than 108 days, so they've already passed the 2007-2008 strike. Their stuff that they've written was still in the studio's hands. The actors hadn't gone on strike yet. The actors were still working on stuff that was done by WGA writers.
Right.
When the actors went on strike, the actors were giving out waivers, or sorry, interim contracts with non-AMPTP studios. The AMPTP is the big conglomerate of all the major studios that works together to negotiate on behalf of the studios against the different guilds. So when the SAG-AFTRA was giving out these interim contracts to the different projects, independent projects, some of those projects were still WGA projects, meaning a guild writer may have still written something that isn't being done by a major studio. So at first, some of the actors in Hollywood were just like, I'm not doing Viola Davis, Sarah Silverman. There's a whole bunch of them who are just like, guys, we shouldn't be doing these projects at all. Like, they're still, especially since a lot of these independent things end up being distributed by majors, by the way. So
Hmm.
they end up still reaping the benefit of the project.
Like it defeats the purpose.
In my opinion, yeah. So that's why this became a big thing. And SAG-AFTRA said, okay, we're going to do this to help you guys have leverage, because this gives the WGA leverage when they're going to negotiate, which is happening right now. As of, the August 16th, the WGA is back at the table with the AMPTP trying to negotiate something. Supposedly the last meeting didn't go very well, but they're at least talking again. So we'll see. And that's
They need to
Brian.
hurry up with this shit, bro.
Yeah, that's
Like,
Brian's detailed studio information from all the different podcasts I've been listening to.
Yeah, because fall season's looking kind of bleak.
Oh, the fall
Yeah.
season is the deadline. The deadline for the fall season passed. The deadline for the spring season, like the winter Christmas season after Christmas break, is Labor Day. So if by Labor Day they don't figure something out, they're saying that the shows that would come in February and then the mid-season replacements that would come in March, those aren't going to happen if they don't figure something out by September 4th, which is less than a month.
We fucked. No one
Yeah.
named
What
it.
the yeah, listen, Disney Plus. I know you've been holding back on mad shows that you had there just tucked away.
Yeah.
Drop them shits now.
Yeah.
All right. So all that Ahsoka, push it up. X-Men 97, push it up. Spider-Man freshman year, put it
Yeah.
out. Let's friggin' go.
But if they burn through all of it now,
They're screwed long term.
They got
Yeah.
some Star Wars they can fall back on. Shut up. You
They
know
need
they
to-
got something.
they're going to want to do week to week, though. So
Bro,
they're
you don't order a season 2 when you haven't put out season 1 at all yet.
agreed. I think it's weird when they do that.
Y'all are wilding. Like, you think X-Men 97 is gonna be that good? 10 episodes? What? Okay.
Also, the Daredevil show that we're supposed to get 18 episodes of, that's now going to be super late because they did. I don't even think they filmed most of it.
they started and then they're like, shit, we would have stopped this shit.
Yeah,
Ah, man. Charlie Cox ain't getting younger, man. Come on.
yeah, yeah,
I
man.
feel bad for him.
I don't.
Yeah, I feel bad for him in the sense that he's been wanting to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
He's been down to play ball for a really long
That's
time.
true. They did tell him to sit down for 4 years and he sat and
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Cool, I'll wait."
let me go
Like-
do this Broadway shit.
Yes.
Wow.
He really did just sit and wait
My man
patiently.
sat
He's
down
a
for
humble,
4 years.
loyal worker.
Luke
He's-
Cage couldn't be
he's-
bothered. He jumped on a garbage show so
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
Oh boy.
That
Yeesh.
show's so bad. That show's so bad. Evil. Anyways,
Evil.
guys,
Anyway, let's go.
we got to wrap it up. We're gonna be on vacation for a couple weeks because two of us are gonna be out of the country. So,
I mean, we could get replacements, but I mean,
well, we
I mean,
had
it wouldn't be
said
as funny.
no, I'm sure we could find some great guests. You guys would be fantastic. It's just that we
The
had
glue.
realized that it would be a lot of work for you guys while we're gone to do all the stuff without us. So we were just like, so last week, it's true. We should have told you, Skinny, because you weren't here last week. But we were like, we'll probably just go on vacation.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Me and Jaws will hold it down. I'll bring him on Chop Vision. We'll figure
there
something
you go.
out. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Fun times.
Keep it fresh.
Anything you guys want to tell the people before we take this little break?
This movie had no reason being that friggin' good. And
I
it
know.
should have been longer.
Okay, guys, I want to take back what I said about Super Mario. I rewatched it last night. I actually really enjoyed it.
Bro,
Oh,
Look
I
at
watched
that.
it.
Oh,
I,
look at
like,
that.
Not really, but I
Look at
like,
that.
I deserve. I got like a slap bet on you, sir. Like I am so that's vindication.
it took me 2 tries because I'm a parent, but that movie at the ending, I was like, wait a minute, this had no reason being that good.
Yeah, the stuff that I like almost I was like half asleep through in the middle.
Yeah.
Actually
Yes.
ended up being the stuff that I liked. I was like, oh, this is good.
Yo,
Yeah,
when
guys,
Blue
if
Turtle
we-
kamikazed,
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
what?
And blows up the bridge. Fantastic. Yeah.
That was Mad Max.
yeah.
I'm
Hope it-
remembering when Brian's like, I left through the movie. I walked to go see another movie. This movie sucked.
Well, I
This
didn't
is
walk out
great."
during the movie. I watched the movie and it was so boring at the beginning that I fell asleep.
Oh,
I gotta say, I
was
went.
so
He was like, I
angry
can't
back
fast
then.
forward. I can't 2x this.
I
dude,
didn't need the whole let's get Donkey Kong on our team thing, but
right.
you know
That's
what I mean?
all that stuff at the beginning was when
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, this is taking mad long. Like, can we get to the fucking mushroom people and let's just do this shit?
Yeah.
My favorite character, the flame that is suicidal or like
Yo, what that star was nuts.
that
But
dude.
then
the
Homeboy
only-
from Walking Dead voicing the Penguin King and being like,
Oh,
just
that was
like,
good.
So like Pingu killed me. Those guys killed me.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You've seen our might.
Yes, that was great. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. I can't wait for them to introduce like,
Dude. Yeah.
can't
But
wait.
no
That
joke.
movie-
Shout
that
outs
movie's
shout outs
incredible.
to the voice acting solid. The movie was fun. I stand corrected. Dave, you
Mhm.
are you redemption, vindication, whatever you want to claim. Skinny, happy you got to see it too. Jaws the usual. Transformers flag.
Transformers
Podcast.
Slag. Yep.
People go check it out. Toy Armada also.
Toy
Mhm.
Armada. Yep.
Chop Vision.
Chop Vision Sundays, and it'll probably pop up in a few maybe weekdays, a little quick bits because these guys are gonna be on vacation. I need to
There you
talk
go.
shit. So, yeah.
And Dave again. Honeymoon. Congrats, man. Enjoy.
Yeah, man.
Congrats.
Cannot wait.
Bring
We
me
are
something back because I might go there and stay there,
Okay.
like Homegirl. I might just go to Italy and not come back.
Watches one movie, decides to move
I know.
to Italy.
Hey, listen.
Eat,
I
pray,
might-
run these streets.
yes.
We out. Peace, y'all.
Peace.